All right, my people, what is up? Welcome back to another video. I told you guys after the draw on liquidity video, which is my last video, that we're gonna go over news data. So let's go ahead and go over it. So what you guys are gonna want to do, because this has to do with draw on liquidity also. So you guys are gonna watch part one, draw on liquidity, part two, draw on liquidity, and then this is gonna be your last one. It's technically like draw on liquidity part three, but it's not really. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on Google and you're gonna search up forexfactory.com, and it's right here. I'll leave a link to it also in the description of this video. I want you guys to favorite it. So like right here, I have the star right there, so that you guys have it available to just click on it and it will instantly open. So whenever you guys open this, it should look like this. Now, if you notice, right, there's a lot of shit to look at. Like this just looks like a lot of shit, right? So if you guys are trading NASDAQ and ES, which is mainly what, like, if you guys are trading NASDAQ, ES, gold, silver, NVIDIA, whatever, you shouldn't be trading NVIDIA, but if you're trading gold or silver, NASDAQ or ES, you need to be doing exactly what I'm doing. If you're trading like Forex pairs like Euro USD, JBP, JPY, or GBP, JPY, whatever, you guys can watch a different tutorial, but this is just for the US indices. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on this website, and right here there's gonna be a button called that says filter. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna uncheck everything except USD, right? So we're gonna uncheck Australia, Canadian. I don't know what that one is. Pretty sure this one's China, Europe, Germany, Japan, and New Zealand. We're only gonna have USD checked, which is the United States. Then we're gonna leave everything else alone. Everything else should look just like how mine looks. We're gonna click apply filter. Boom. Now we can see how much cleaner it is, right? Because we only have these two things. What the fuck did I just do? How did I just do that? Hold up. Yo, what? I've never seen that. Okay, so now we only have these two things. So what we are going to be focusing on is red folder news. So like, for example, this is orange folder. Normally, orange folders don't mean anything, especially like if they're just like this. Like this is just a meeting. Like this is not going to mean anything. And then yellow folders don't mean anything at all. They're not going to affect the market. Orange folders slightly affect it, but it's like the pending home sales that like matter. Like that's the only one that matters. Anything with like home sales. But we're going to be looking on days that have red folder news. So today, like we didn't have any red folder news. We barely had like any news at all. But let's, for example, we're just gonna go to the next day, right? So we do have red folder news. Now, normally, for red folder news, right? Let's say consumer price index, producer price index, FOMC, non-farm payroll, non-farm employment change, non-farm. Actually, they don't have. I don't think they have anything. ADP, hourly earnings, whatever. If it's red folder news, it's most likely going to cause something, especially if it's in the New York session. So like for me, New York session opens at 8:30. So anything that happens that's red folder from 8:30 between 9:30, because that's the hour block that I trade, because that's where the volume is, I'm going to want to be aware of that. I don't want to be in a trade before a red folder news, but after red folder news drops, I could be in a trade. But if I were to look at this and say, let's pretend this is 8:30. President Trump speaks at 8. Let's pretend it says 8:30. So if 8:30 tomorrow, I had a really good setup, or let's say it's 8:25 tomorrow, I had a really good setup, but I knew this red folder was about to happen, I'm not going to take anything, because this red folder is it's unpredictable. We don't know what he's going to say. We don't know what he's going to say until he says it. If he says something that's good for the economy, we're gonna have a big bullish candle. If he's saying something that's bad for the economy, we're gonna have a big bearish candle. So if I was going to try to take a long position, right, and President Trump is gonna speak in 5 minutes, and I'm in my long position, I'm in a little bit of profit, getting high, like almost gonna touch my take profit, and he says something negative about the economy, boom, stopped out, right? So why would I want to be in a trade during red folder news or before red folder news when I have no idea what's about to happen to it? Like, I have no idea. So, red folder news normally causes the big moves, right? Which also, if you guys know, the big moves have the long wicks. These are super great draws in liquidity. if the wick, so what we're gonna do is I'll show you guys this part in a second how to find the wicks, but if the wick has not been taken for the high or the low of that candle yet, you need to mark that on your chart as a draw on liquidity, because I guarantee that one of those will get hit. I guarantee it, because it is so probable. Like, it's literally one of the best draws in liquidity you can find, besides like a new week opening gap or like all-time highs or whatever. Like, it is a super good gap or a super good target. So, keep in mind, yeah, like I said, stuff like that's red folder. So on Thursday, we have PCE. I thought I had I was like, what the hell? PCE. This doesn't really do that much, but it still can. Let me see. PMI sometimes does like a strong move, but I'm more talking about like, let's see, like FOMC. Even though this is at 1 p.m., I guarantee it's going to be high volume. Guarantee, right? Unemployment claims is another really good one. Really strong target. These things have super high volume very quickly. PPI, again, I was talking about that earlier. Very good. So we get the point, right? If we have a red folder news, we don't want to be in a trade before the red folder news, but we can take trades after the red folder news happen. But we do want to be aware of when it is going to happen, just in case. Like, let's say we didn't know that red folder news happened, and we entered a trade, and 3 minutes after we entered the trade, the news happened and stopped us out. That's happened to people before. Like, that happens all the time because people aren't aware of the news. So using this website, it will keep you aware of the news, and then we're going to talk about how to find the wick. So let's go ahead and find something that matters. Okay, so unemployment claims on Thursday, January the 15th at 7:30. So we're going to open our chart. Thursday, January 15th. Okay, so we actually can't see that far, but hold on, I can still. Okay, so it's gonna be in here at 7:30. 7:30. 7:30. Okay, it doesn't look like this one. Actually, it could have. It doesn't look like this one did something, but let me see. Let me just make sure on that. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I was all the way in December. Okay, I don't think this one was crazy. Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, so let's just find another one. All right, let's just go to. Okay, I know PPI had one that was good, so that's Wednesday the 14th at 7:30. So it's really just the day before that. Okay. Damn, bro. 7:30. Okay, so look at this candle at 7:30, right? This is news. So all of our candles before this were like, I guess we could say like 12 points. This one's like 11 points. So we see the size difference, right? And then we have this big candle, right? That is almost 40 points. This target, this draw on liquidity is a super good draw on liquidity. Surprisingly, or I guess it did get hit like at the end, but surprisingly, this didn't take it out. But normally, red folder news would be taken out because either the high or the low got taken out. So like right here, obviously when this was happening, it was bearish. So like it's going to take the next available target. But before this candle closed, this was the wick, and we took out the news low. That's literally it. That's all you guys have to do. So I want you guys, if you guys to practice this, I want you guys to either go on FX replay and just find the days that have news, red folder news, and then I want you guys to just watch what happens. If you don't have FX replay, I want you guys to find some red folder news days and look at the wicks on the time frame. So either you might, if you're gonna go farther back, you might have to use the hourly, but just look at the wicks. If the wicks are probably gonna look sus. Like if it's CPI, PPI, like this is CPI, so that was the day before. Actually, I do want to show you guys that real quick before I get off this. Tuesday, January 13th. Okay, Tuesday, January 13th. Because CPI is like one of the best. 7:30. Tuesday, January 13th. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Look at this. Look at this candle for news. This is one candle on the 1 minute time frame, and it's like 100 points. It's 103 point candle in literally a minute, right? So look at this. News low. News high gets taken out because of what it was, bro. Who's calling me, bro? News high gets taken out because of what it was already bullish. But if you look at this, right? We start dropping off. We take the news wick. You literally, it's that simple. Like news is such a strong drop. And the trade I would have taken here, I don't even know if I would have found an entry, but like, bro, if you are just trying to get a winning day on your account and you take something like this, it's not even terrible. Like, you know where this shit is going, especially if that candle looks like that. Like, you know where this shit's going. So I want you guys to just find news data and see what it looks like on your chart and see, like, maybe in the next couple of trades, in like the next couple of days, if we have red folder, I want you guys to see how news reacts. So I want you guys to do that. Get on this website, favorite it, use it every single day. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.